Well, I've always enjoyed each one of the CPC stories. Each of them have their own personal story that how God is working through their life. But several weeks ago, we all remember Brett Benson and how she shared about opening up and speaking her prayers out loud, and how that was an inspiration to her to, to get through the prayer first off. But then what she realized is that she was having a huge quality time with God, and time just flew by. So it was from that caused me to sit down here. I sit out here in my back porch and time with God to speak to God, and it's frankly very peaceful, and I love it out here. It spurred me one step further in that here I am speaking to God, who many times I feel like he's sitting right here next to me. And by opening God's Word and reading His Word aloud, I can hear His love for us, His passion for us, His desire for us to be a community, to love one another. But all those things, we get kind of loud. I mean, when I read about some of the stories, it's just fun. And it's just like my buddy is sitting right there next to me, or I'm at his feet. By spending time with God, this has enriched me in a way that I find a more personal relationship with God. I find that when I read aloud God's Word, it involves more senses, and I get to remember more of the stories. I'm not a big memorization guy, but knowing God's Word and then finding myself in the situations in the days to come, I remember His words much more so. Our Bible reading has always been said that we need to be disciplined about reading this. Well, any disciplined structure becomes very difficult at times, but I've found that reading it out loud draws it in away from a discipline to a passionate time that I just want to go out and jump in and run with God. I love hearing the CPC stories, and now on the videos, or when we're together at the school. And it's I don't want to say it's the highlight, because that would be disrespectful to Joel, but it is by far a highlight to know and to feel like a connection with each body, or each person in our body, to know where they're at, and to be able to connect with each one of them, because their story is many times our story.